people who like make practically fucking mud
Yeah.
when they make their coffee and they use so much grounds. And I'm like, bitch, you don't even using that much. What are you doing?
Yeah. I know people that will like just throw in the grounds because they want it strong. But at the same time, like, there's only so much, especially if it's like a drip machine, there's only so much
Yeah.
water that can pass through that much grounds, you know? So,
It's just you just end up wasting your coffee. And it's just
yeah.
like, stop, stop it.
Yeah. I've got an espresso machine now. So,
Ooh, fancy.
I
I
had
know.
one of those
That's
Nespressos.
what, yeah,
Do
an
not
espresso.
recommend.
I've got
I
one. I mean, I like it, works well for us. I would say I prefer, like, given my druthers, I think French press is probably the best way to make coffee.
I had like the Vertissimo or whatever it's called. It did like the coffee and the espresso. The coffee was straight garbage. The
Was
espresso,
it the dome pods?
it was all the dome pods.
Yeah, so
The
we got
coffee ones I think were bigger, and the espresso ones were smaller. The
yeah, so
espresso ones were they tasted a lot better,
so
but the
my
coffee was
mine espresso machine uses the like more like trapezoid, like the smaller pods.
okay. I've never seen those before.
For one, they're a little cheaper. The dome ones are like 250 each. But
Well,
what
you have to spend $50 regardless to
yeah.
make a fucking order
Yeah,
every
so
time.
but the thing with the dome ones, I will say they make better coffee if you're doing the type of coffee that that pod is specifically made for. But they're just so expensive, and it's like I don't want like espresso every morning. I just want like a cup of coffee kind of thing. It didn't work
I
out.
did the espresso, and I got like a. This is when I was working at the hospital. I got oh a Breville coffee or a milk foamer.
Mm-hmm.
Like went balls out because I had the cash for it.
Mm-hmm.
So the espresso was really good that way with like the
Yeah, a little
foam,
foam on
the
top.
warm coffee foam and all
Yep.
that shit. So I really enjoyed that. But I'd wake up at fucking 2 in the
Yep.
afternoon before I went to work and I had the time to do that. I
Right.
wasn't, waking up. I basically, my work schedule was like someone waking up at like 4 a.m. for their job
Yeah.
because most people would, wake up like an hour before. No, I woke up a few hours before. So I fucking hated life, but I had the time to make shit like that for myself.
Yeah.
Um, I have like the little coffee, Mr. Coffee 5 cup drip machine now
Yeah.
because I did the AeroPress. I really enjoyed that, but then I'm like, I just want this shit to do it
Do
I
it
don't want a
yourself. Yeah.
person.
Like I said, I like French press, but you got to commit some time to it. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I had the super nice like grinder. I was like fresh grinding, and you got to boil the water and get it to the right
And
temperature.
I had the electric kettle and all that, which helped. It
Hmm.
didn't take that long, but still, I was like, ugh.
Hmm. Yeah,
The
it's nice
best
to just be
coffee
like wake, especially if you have a drip machine where you can set a timer.
the program,
Yeah, where it's just like
and
you
that's
wake
what.
up and your coffee's ready.
Yeah, I mean, a programmable coffee maker that's 5 cups for 19.99 is really hard to pass
Yeah, for sure.
up. But the best coffee I've ever had was made in a percolator.
Oh, percolator. My brother does percolated coffee, and it is very good, but talk about time consuming.
See, my dad had one at his work, and he brought it home one time and was doing it in that. And he woke up at like fucking 5 a.m. all the time. So it had already been going for a while. So I had no idea what all went into it, but I was like, hot damn, this is delicious. That was also when I was putting a shit ton of coffee creamer, and I
Yeah.
loved the cinnamon vanilla cream
Yeah,
coffee
it was more
mix,
flavor than coffee.
but it was so good. Uh, and then my grandparents had a percolator, but it was all glass components.
Ooh, sexy.
And my mom has it to this day. I want to say fancy. They were
Fancy.
poor, but I mean, it was even back in the day. Everything's made out of glass. But she was like, this shit would break so often because you to clean it, and it was all these everything was glass. She was like, yeah, this shit would break so easy. So
Oh
she was
yeah.
like, we're never using this,
Especially
but
when
I
you're
got
putting
it
that
for
many like
him.
heat cycles through that glass, eventually it's gonna go. Jake,
Yeah,
you drink a half a gallon of cold brew? Good lord, man. Your heart's gonna explode.
I, and I fucking vape like it's going out of fashion. So
you should just get some fucking pre-workout if you want that much caffeine.
True.
I like the flavor of the coffee though.
I mean, I will say, of all coffee,
Okay.
I prefer cold brew the best. Like a real
You know,
cold
because I
brew.
get like a
Not
they
like not
whenever I'm
coffee on
working.
ice, like an actual cold brewed coffee.
Yeah, no, they use a nitro cold brew at the places I work, and it's fucking pinon
Okay.
coffee,
Ooh, the
and I
pinon coffee is
fucking love pinon coffee.
they sell that here, and I'm like, bitch, because my old coworker got pinon brittle, and so like peanut
Mm.
brittle,
Ooh.
pinon brittle. Holy fucking shit!
And the one they have at my work is usually the one that they sell out there. Is it the New Mexico Pinon Coffee Company or whatever with the red bag?
Yeah, that's what we have here in Lubbock. I mean, we're like right there,
Yeah.
New Mexico, but I didn't know about pinon until my coworker told me about it. But turns out my parents had their, I don't know what they are, but they were like little chunks, and I guess it was like an incense. I guess you would burn, but it was like little bitty bricks.
Yeah.
I would smell those and be like, oh my gosh, those reminds me of like Rio Dosa. It reminds me of the mountains. Like it smells so good. Lo and behold, little pinon incense bricks. It's like, oh, fucking, they're
Hmm.
so good.
Might
And
have
like
to
the
get you to send me
texture
a
of
bag of
them.
this stuff. Do some cold brew this summer.
Oh, I can even just send you a bag of pinon coffee.
Can you cold brew any coffee?
Yeah.
Yeah, you just have to steep it.
And I will say that the problem with
Cool.
cold brew is that you have to use a lot more coffee.
Probably like
I
a
mean,
whole
that makes
bag.
sense why it has
Like
so much
it's like
caffeine.
4 times more than like a normal hot coffee brew.
Goodness.
But that's why cold brew is so much more
So is
caffeinated
it
as
kind of
well.
like a
I think it's a pound to a gallon of water.
Something like that, yeah. When I would make it, I would do
pound?
yeah,
Yeah.
that's probably right. I would do about a half a bag for my half gallon steep cold brew
You
steep
know, when I worked in a
thing.
coffee shop, we would do 5 pounds of the ground pinon coffee and 5 gallons of water.
And so you just put it in the water and
You
just
put it
put
in
it in the
cold. You put it in
refrigerator
cold.
and just
Yeah.
let it
Yep.
do its thing.
Yep. For like
Interesting.
overnight typically. Um,
We would
But
do it for like
you drink
24 to
it
72
cold.
hours.
you drink it cold. Yeah.
Yeah, you never heat it up, and it like metabolizes differently.
I'm not a fan of cold coffee.
But cold brewed coffee is a lot different. Like it's a lot less acidic.
Good
Um,
on the stomach.
yeah, but it's way stronger. That's when you said you drink a half a gallon of cold brew. I was like, damn, your heart's gonna explode, son. I get like that's about the only coffee I'll get from Starbucks now is like their nitro cold brew. And
I think I've had that.
whatever their
Like
small
a sweet
size
cream, and
is,
it's not bad.
whatever their small size is, will have me pinging.
They're talls.
Sure,
You know,
tall.
I either do that or 4 shots of espresso with a splash of oat milk over ice. Ooh,
See,
I don't.
I'm
I
not a big
can't
iced
fucking do
coffee. I'm
different
not a big
milk.
iced coffee guy. I like cold brew, but I don't like
well, I'd
iced
like the
coffee.
ice because I just fucking bottoms up and just.
Yeah,
Even if it's blazing hot outside, I still want hot coffee.
yeah, yeah. I don't do
Isn't there like some science to that though? Like if you drink something warm when it's warm, it
well.
cools you down.
Your stomach absorbs
Like
it
room
faster.
temp. If you drink
Room
something that's
temper.
cold, it's not gonna it's not gonna cool you down as much as like something room temp would.
Yeah, like when my kid comes home from hockey practice, we have like room temperature Gatorades, which I know has a shit ton of sugar in it now. But if it's room temperature, your stomach doesn't have to heat it up to absorb like the electrolytes in it. So if you're ever hung over, room temperature Gatorade is gonna make you feel it's not gonna be as fulfilling, like not gonna be as satisfying as a cold Gatorade, but it's gonna make you feel better quicker.
I mean, I keep Pedialyte under my bed just in
I'm
case.
a
An open one.
huge fan of the Gatorade powder,
Mm-hmm.
the powder
Mm.
Gatorade. But also, it reminds me of when I was in like daycare because they would give us that and Cheez Its.
Ooh,
And that's just like something that's cemented in my brain.
that
That
sounds like my
orange
dream.
Gatorade with Cheez Its. Oh,
Well, this was like the lemon lime that they would give
Ooh,
me, but I was like,
yeah.
what the fuck was that they used to give us? And then I got the powdered Gatorade for when I was hungover and whatnot and just
Mhm.
needed something real quick. And then I tasted it and I was like, oh shit, this is it. This is what they used to fucking give
Charlie
us.
wakes up hungover, dry scooping Gatorade powder.
It, come on now. Come on.
What you got there, Charlie? Oh, Sonic.
Oh, is that the
Oh,
Sonic
dude,
seltzer? Yeah,
these are
you've had that
fucking
before, right?
awesome.
You've had that on the show
Yeah.
before, yeah.
Is it a seltzer or is it just a beverage? Like,
It's seltzer.
It's a hard
Yeah.
beverage. So they
I was-
do 6 cherry limeades in a pack. They do 3 lemon berry, which are my favorite because they taste like Skittles and they're so good. And I'm so upset they only have 3. And then they have 3 mango, and the mangoes. They should push out the mango and do 6 of these and 6 of the lemon berry. They're fucking awesome. And I think
Yeah.
there's only like 2 grams of sugar, like 100 calories, 5% alcohol, not the 4.5 shit. Really fucking good. And then when I finish this, I have
Your two-turn tea. I still gotta get some of that.
Tony.
That's the problem though, when I see like seltzers, like that I haven't tried, I'm like, oh, I'll get a variety pack. And there's always like a quarter to half of the variety pack that I'm just like, I don't want
It's
I don't want that. I don't
garbage.
want that. Like, so never mind. I'm just gonna get whatever. I'm gonna get something else.
Surprisingly enough, and I had them on the podcast a while back, the Mountain Dew.
Yeah, you said the Mountain Dew ones. Haven't tried
But
those
I
yet.
had the other kind. I don't know what it's called, if it's called something different. It wasn't like the regular Mountain Dew flavor. I haven't tried those. But they had like a fruit punch and like a mango or something like that. Those were really enjoyable. Um, I don't remember it being like carbonated. They might be.
I would
These
guess
are
they are.
carbonated. The teas are not carbonated, which is fine. Like a carbonated tea sounds weird, but when you're drinking something from an aluminum can, you just expect.
Oh yeah.
I expect that carbonation. So
Yeah.
when you get something flat, you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, my wife occasionally gets these things called mom waters.
I think
I've
we've talked
heard of
about those
those.
before.
Isn't there a flavor that's called the Karen?
It's like the Karen. It's like the
Please
Karen.
tell me that's like a cranberry.
No, I'll pull it up. But like the flavor's good, but it's just weird to me that it's still water. Like it throws me
Ooh,
off. I was like,
no.
I can't.
I would want like a seltzer water.
Yeah.
Like carbonation. No, like no.
It sounds very Gwyneth Paltrow-y. Like I'm
Yeah.
not even drinking seltzer because it hurts her teeth, kind of thing.
So there's the Susan,
Yeah.
And
which
you can't
is
have anything from a straw because you get the lines on your lips, apparently. But I'm like, go fuck yourself. Learn to
so
drink from the straw through your tongue, so
Have
you
you
don't
seen those,
ruin
like-
your lipstick. Like
Fucking sideways straws they have to avoid wrinkles.
what?
sideways straws. No.
Yeah, no, it's like a fucking. It looks like the Riddler's logo, and they drink out of like the top because it doesn't create like suction or some shit.
Oh, you're talking about you
Uh,
get lines from having to like suck on the straw.
Yeah.
And
That's
I'm just like,
fucking
fucking
stupid.
accept getting old. Just get over it. We all fucking get old.
Here's
We
the
all
thing:
age.
if you're
Not
worried,
bad.
if you're worried about your face getting wrinkled from drinking through a straw, odds are you're on a weekly Botox regimen anyways. So
Bro, I know people who are getting Botox at like fucking 26, and that is like too far.
That's way too young.
Oh yeah, I've talked to. I don't know if I ever talked about it on the show. I know I've talked about it with Charlie that like I used to work the front desk at like a really bougie fitness place, and there was like these 21 to like 24-year-old female members that were like going to like get Botox like every other week. And I'm like, you are fucking yourself so hard. Like I'm not against getting Botox, but when you're like 21 and starting
Yes.
Botox, by the
You're
time
You're
you
gonna
get
look like that fucking lady in White Lotus season 3 that can't even move her fucking face. That
well,
one
but
Asian
by the
lady.
time you get to the age where like Botox is appropriate, like so say I don't know, I don't want to like offend anybody, but just say like I don't know, late 40s, mid 50s, your face is so fucked that now you gotta go get a facelift because Botox ain't doing shit for you anymore.
They're
Yeah.
talking like this. They look like that.
I mean, that depends on.
Or you gotta go like you're getting
like
so much
doing it.
Botox that your face is just paralyzed.
But even
They're
30,
just
I would say start Botox, like, yeah, in your 40s,
Mm-hmm.
at like early,
Mm-hmm.
maybe early 40s. Because also they've found out like that shit literally alters your fucking brain.
Oh, I didn't know
really.
that.
It alters your brain, it makes you less sympathetic. So you straight up become a fucking bitch on wheels.
Sounds about
You've been
right.
doing
That sounds about right. Yeah.
I mean it's what botulism?
Yeah.
It's literally a neurotoxin. Like, yeah, it's not
But
like
like I
stop.
know, like we have a family friend who she started Botox when she was 25, and she's a year older than me, so she's 38. But she looks like, because of like the effects of it, like she looks like she's in her 40s now.
That's what happens. Well, that and
Well,
then if you
because
start
you're
getting
right,
fillers and
Botox,
stuff
what it does
like that.
is it tenses up your face muscles, right, and pulls
No,
everything.
it numbs them completely.
Oh, whatever it is. So
So you
like,
can't
but
use them.
you're fucking with the muscles in your face. So if you do it too early, like the muscles in your face are gonna just stop working at some point, and you're gonna be fucked. You
Yeah,
know.
no, at that young, like sunscreen, sunscreen, sunscreen. Don't get sunburned. Don't
A
fucking
good
tan.
moisturizer.
God,
Just be
Charlie,
fucking
but
white.
everybody looks better tan.
Yeah, get a fucking spray tan. Fake it. Who gives a shit?
Eh,
Want to look like Hulk Hogan, okay, brother?
all right,
And yeah,
brother.
right. And then moisturize and vitamin C, and then a retinol. Like I asked my dermatologist, what's the best anti-aging regimen? That's literally what she told me. Vitamin
Retinol, yeah.
C, vitamin C in the morning, retinol at night, sunscreen, moisturizer.
Yeah.
That's it. Surprise, surprise. Like I still get fucking carded to this day, and I'm like, yeah, I stay out of the fucking sun because I get sunburned even when I fucking think about the sun. Like there was a
I think
point in
you're
time.
turning red right now, Charlie.
Yeah, seriously. Like I need to
Yeah,
calm down.
your ring light's too bright, giving you a sunburn.
The sunburn me. I know. And like there was a point in time when I went to the tanning bed and I could tan and all that, and it was addicting, but it was just like I can't fucking do that because I would get fucking skin cancer and I would deal with that later on.
Yeah.
But yeah, people are like, oh, like they card me and they're like, oh God. And I'm like, yeah, I stayed out of the sun for fucking 15 years
I mean,
during my teens and my 20s. Like,
even then, like what you're saying with the whole sunscreen thing, that's important either way because you can get it just from fucking working outside.
Well, you guys live in a place where it's just fucking sun all the time. So I will
what do
say,
you
Yeah,
mean?
so
no,
I
it's
will
not.
like, if I'm going somewhere, like if I'm going to the beach on vacation, like I'll tanning bed it up, for a couple weeks before. But for the most part, like when I'm home, if I go outside, like I'm going to the pool, I'll throw on like 30 SPS because I'm still gonna like get some sun, but I don't want the full force of it.
I want to really look at the SPF that, like, so I had my first boss, she had melanoma.
Hmm.
And she was like, don't ever look at SPF. Like, anything basically over 30 is a lie.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was like, and then she told me the difference because I remember, like, back in the day, you would see sunscreen and sunblock. Nowadays, you never see anything that says sunblock anymore.
Well, I
It's
think
all sunscreen.
was it sunblock like the like white zinc stuff?
The zinc oxide.
Yeah.
Even then, they don't call that sunblock anymore. They relabeled it as mineral sunscreen. It's all sunscreen now.
Mm-hmm.
But back when they still had the sunscreen, sunblock, sunscreen still let the UVA and UVB penetrate your skin. Sunblock literally blocked it all. But yeah, so if you really want something that's not going to burn you, especially like for your kids, zinc oxide. And they have like that like titanium dioxide or whatever, but zinc oxide. That's what you want. And that's what I use. And they have like tinted now, which is great. So it's not just you're not looking like a fucking ghost.
You don't look like a
Mm.
great
I like
segue.
to do the Urukai uh Saruman white
The
hand.
white hand. No, I was
When I'm
thinking.
Yoda
I was thinking.
Nagasaki.
I was thinking Marlon Brando and Isle of Dr. Moreau.
very much like that, yes. Like so, I literally I mowed
R.I.P.
the
my
lawn.
boy.
I mowed the lawn yesterday, and I was putting zinc oxide on my legs, and like pop pop, like I did the Saruman white hands all down my legs.
You need to do it to Freddy one day. Get a video of it with like baby
That won't
powder.
work. He's all fucking furry. It's not gonna work.
Use some flour, just put it on your
I would have
hand
to
and give him
shave him for that to work, and I'm not gonna do that.
Hey,
still flour handprint on his
sometimes the bit
face.
takes commitment, Charlie. You know.
Not his face isn't that big. Like it would take up his whole everything if I did that. But flour would be better than sunscreen.
But yeah, I know it's been covered endlessly in the last 2 days, but yeah, R.I.P. to my dude, Val Kilmer, one of the best to ever do it.
He was one of the first people who let me know I was 100% straight as a young.
Oh
young
yeah,
child.
what
Yes.
what
I
what
think Bill's
character
about to say the opposite here.
what character gave you that realization?
Top secret.
Top Secret.
I can't
Was it
remember.
Top Gun?
Nick Rivers. No, I said it right. Damn
Top
it.
Secret.
Top secret.
That was like his first
no, I'm
movie,
just
wasn't
wondering
it?
because the playing with the boys.
No, it was fucking top secret.
I know.
Nick Rivers.
That's just where my head goes. I just think of the Iceman volleyball.
Dude,
scene,
if
right?
you've never seen Top Secret, you fucking need to.
Wouldn't
It's
haven't yet.
I
hilarious.
think Top
I'm finishing
Secret's
the show
older
right
than
now,
I am.
so I need to focus on that, and then I'll start the next one.
It's great. Um,
Top Secret, 1984.
I love that. Like, so I watched his documentary a few years ago, and
Oh,
Jake's gone.
he went to
But I
watch Top
watched-
Secret.
I watched Val Kilmer's documentary a few years ago and found out like he was like, I'm so serious about anything that I do. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, he was in Top Secret and he was like playing that like uber serious, but it's such a ridiculous movie.
Oh yeah.
Like that just made it even better.
I don't
But
think
it
I've
was-
seen that movie in 20 years.
Like my dad would watch it, and of course it was way inappropriate for me, but I was like, Daddy's girl, I'm gonna watch whatever you're watching. But one of my favorite, and to this day it's one of my favorite scenes, is when like he's crawling up and he sees the boots and it's
Yeah.
just no one in there.
Yeah.
Or like when they're dressed as the cow and they
Yeah.
don't have like
Yep.
hooves, and so the cow just has boots on.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd
I
say
loved that shit. It was great.
yeah. I mean, obviously my favorite would be Heat, followed by Tombstone, which both movies are probably in my top 3 all-time movies ever. Like
I've never seen Heat.
you've never seen Heat?
He is fucking awesome.
Heat's one of the greatest movies ever made.
That shootout scene alone.
Well, you know the shootout scene was so realistic that the FBI still uses that as a training tool. Like they show it to
I mean, they still use it in film school as for how to shoot a shootout.
like they use it be like if you ever like encounter like an actual like trained heist crew, this is what it's going to be like.
I can't remember what interview Val Kilmer was on, but they were talking about that scene. And he was like, "Yeah, apparently they use it for like training videos." So he was like, "Yep."
Mm-hmm.
But it goes to show like that's how much he would like I said, like he was extremely serious about his roles, and he would like he was extremely serious about what what he did in his
Mhm.
craft. So like
He was a real actor.
he
Dude,
yes,
he's- like I said, he's
he
one of the best to
fucking
ever do
made
it.
Sure.
And he never got the credit he was due. Like look at his filmography list, and he never got a
It's
nomination.
fucking crazy. He was doing
I mean,
multiple
to be
projects at the
fair-
same time.
What? I mean, he did. Like everyone mourning him, everyone loving his craft. That's the ode that he gets. Having a fucking stupid ass award that most people keep in their fucking bathrooms.
Oh
Or
yeah,
is it
I'm not
forced
even
up?
talking about like awards, but I guess because he kind of
It's because he faded into obscurity.
he
for
kind
his
of did
time.
fade, but like people be like, "Oh yeah, Val Kilmer." Yeah, like from Top Gun. I'm like, Top Gun? That's one of his worst movies. Like, you gotta check out this, you gotta check out this,
No.
you gotta check out
I
this.
think you need to have more conversations with people about Val Kilmer because, like, no, people fucking like
Maybe it's
everyone knows
different
about.
because of where we're at though, Charlie. Because like Val Kilmer has real deep ties to New Mexico and Texas, so
I wouldn't say that. Like
It's
he,
also
because he was
literally the
in
only
so
thing I
many great
talk to people
things.
about in public is Val Kilmer. So, like, if I'm at a bar and I want to talk to somebody, be like, what do you think about Val Kilmer and Heat?
Well, you can't now because he's dead. So people will be like, "Oh God," it had to be when he was alive.
You
But
should
his
watch,
favorite.
Charlie, you should watch Heat. It is fucking awesome. And
I'll watch the clip of him and
no,
Heat.
no, no. Listen to this. The cast, like, he's a supporting actor in it. It's De Niro, Pacino, Kilmer. Shit, who else is in that, Jake? It's like
it's fucking stacked. Let me pull up
the dude
IMDb.
from the
I said
Allstate
Tom Sizemore
commercials.
earlier.
Uh,
I did see one
Tom
clip.
Sizemore.
It's Pacino and De Niro,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like they're at a restaurant, like eating and talking about
Yep.
something, and somebody edited it to where like they were like doing all this weird shit with their food, and I was cracking the fuck up. It
No,
was
that
great.
scene in that movie is really awesome because like the whole movie is about like De Niro runs like a heist crew and Pacino is a homicide detective. But in reality, they're just mirrors of each other. Right? Like they're both doing the only thing they know what to do.
John Voight,
John Voight.
Ashley Judd,
Yeah, Ashley Judd, Hank
Wes
Azaria.
Studi.
Hank
Yeah,
Azaria.
Jeepin, Danny Trejo.
Hey, William
Tre-
Fincher, the
Fincher,
almost
yeah.
the
Fincher.
Kevin Bacon almost look guy.
Yeah, Fincher,
To be
the greatest
fair,
hey that guy actor.
I can't get into movies like that by myself. I cannot watch serious movies like that by myself. The only movies I can really watch and get into are like comedies. I cannot do like serious type movies when I'm alone, which is why I really haven't seen
Yeah.
it because I haven't had a
Fair.
boyfriend.
Fair.
Watch.
It's my airplane movie. Like when I'm ever on a long flight, I've got it downloaded on my phone. My airplane movie is downloaded on my
Bill's
phone.
watching fucking Heat at full blast on an airplane without headphones.
I have headphones. I'm not an animal. I have headphones. Okay.
How long of a movie is it?
2 hours.
Let me see. I have it pulled up right now.
2 hours, maybe a little bit over that, but
Yeah, and yeah, they showed this on RPR. Real Genius. I've never seen that. Okay, MC MacGruber. That was going to
MacGruber.
be my RIP movie that I watched, but they're not streaming that, so I did Batman Forever instead.
Oh yeah, with Nicole Kidman.
Yes, and you know a lot of people shit on it.
Was that
and
Jim
just like,
Carrey as well?
yeah,
And Tommy Lee Jones. Yeah.
I mean, that was the Batman I fucking grew up with, so like.
And like it's goofy as all get out.
I'm
like,
pretty sure I still have the McDonald's glass mugs from
you
that
do.
movie.
You sent us pictures.
I
of
did.
it.
I did. That's right. I don't know where they're at. They
I
got
think my
boxed
mom
up.
has one.
They're boxed up in storage somewhere, but I've got them because I refuse to get rid of them because I swear to God they're going to be worth a lot of money one day. But
Well, now that he's dead, but like I think he did a great job for what he was given. Like
well,
everybody's
it's
like,
Batman.
Oh,
like, what are you supposed to do, right? Like,
but like he did a fantastic job, like going from Batman, and then I think he was I think he was the best Bruce Wayne.
I mean, he was the breast Batman because he was the nipple suit Batman.
No, that was
Clooney.
Clooney.
That was Clooney
Someone
and
was too.
what's his name who played Robin, and then Alicia Silverstone.
Chris O'Donnell.
Chris O'Donnell.
He made his debut in Forever, but out of all the Batmans who were Bruce Wayne, I mean, to be fair, Batman is Bruce Wayne. I mean, Batman is Batman first, and then Bruce Wayne second. But out of all the Bruce Waynes, Kilmer was the best Bruce Wayne.
I can go in on that.
I mean, yeah, because he embodies the character really well.
I can go in on that one.
Right? And like, so, you know, people would probably say, what's his name? The Batman Begins.
Christian
like,
Bale.
He did it okay. But he
Christian
did like
Bale?
yes, but he did like the playboy douchebag sort of a thing.
Well, I think
but Kilmer was like, I'm older, I'm mature, I'm a businessman.
I think on RPR today, Gary Faust was talking about it. I think his point was, I will say the best Batman movies are the Christopher Nolan ones. I think his point was like, you could take Michael Keaton at the age he played Batman and put him in the Christopher Nolan ones, and he's going to be great because those movies were
Put
just
anybody in those
because
fucking
those
in that
movies were
Batman
just
role.
done great for a superhero movie.
The
you know?
writing.
It's
all of
Christopher
that.
Nolan. Like, he doesn't go wrong.
Like I don't put like I think those are the best Batman movies, but I'm not saying it's because of Christian Bale. It's just because of the way those movies were like written
it's
and
Christopher
shot.
Nolan.
I completely agree. I would say the second is great because of Heath Ledger, though.
Well, Heath Ledger just plays that character so well that it just made
Right,
it made a good movie. His character and the way he played it made a good movie great. You know,
The casting on it was fucking good, but anybody could play the Batman.
except for Maggie Gyllenhaal. Like
I
fuck that bitch.
say, I'm sorry, I could not with
She
her.
sucks.
As
No,
much
it's
as I
not
and I'm
that.
my favorite dog breed is a Basset Hound, and I could not fuck Maggie Gyllenhaal to save my life.
Like, okay, I like she's beautiful. I could not do with her the lines on her face. Like, I don't know what I don't know what was going on.
Her
I'm like, she
droopy
was
eyes, she got the
young.
mouth line.
She
Like,
was not old. I don't know what that was. All I could look at
she's like,
was
what are you doing,
those
bros? What are you doing, bros? What?
and like I'm not
what
gonna
the
lie,
fuck?
like what's her face? The one that was in the first one,
Katie
she didn't
Holmes?
do a great job.
No, she's not a good actress. So
Like,
I will say Maggie Gyllenhaal is a great actress. Going from
yeah, no,
going from Katie Holmes, who's not a great actress, but at least somewhat attractive, to Maggie Gyllenhaal.
yeah,
Mm.
like Maggie killed it for the acting, but it was just like, could we have done something better lighting, better makeup,
Mm-hmm.
something for her? Like, good lord, because I've watched, like, I love her in The Secretary, and I never think of that, like watching that movie with her, of like, oh my god, like what's going on here? But that movie, boom, she looks half melted. Yeah, like I understand she
But
burns in the end, but
in
like,
the
damn.
in the Secretary, she was like 20 when she did that movie.
Yeah, she was younger, but it wasn't like a crazy amount of time.
You're talking about the
between them.
one with James Spader, right? Like the kind of
Yeah,
like S&M movie.
but it was less. That had been like less than 5 years difference, though, or close.
Maybe. Like I've said this on the show, I have no like concept of time anymore. Like we're rewatching The Wire right now. Like we're on the first season and it was 2002 and I'm like, what the fuck are they doing with like beepers? I was like, oh, it's like fucking 24 years ago. Like when they
Me
shot
too,
this, like,
yeah.
okay.
I was like, I think my dad still had one up to like 2004.
Secretary was 02. So
That's what I was thinking. And then
she would have
Batman,
been, let's see.
whatever it's called, was 08. Well, it came out in 08, so it, the
So
film
she
Shot through like 06, 07.
She was 25 in The Secretary. The Dark Knight was 08. So, yeah, 6 years. Not that long.
So she was like my age when she did Batman.
Yeah, I guess maybe she should have been on the Botox, you know?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, I swear it had been the lighting or something. Like, it did not make her.
No, they did her dirty with the makeup. And the
Yeah,
lighting.
they definitely did her dirty, but it is
She
what it
pissed
is.
someone off on that set.
I don't know. Who knows?
But isn't she like married to somebody really famous?
I think so.
I mean, that's
Aren't
off
they
topic.
all?
I'm not saying that's why she has the role, but like, I think she's.
Aren't they all?
Oh, she's married to Peter Sarsgaard.
Oh fuck.
Skarsgård.
Sarsgaard. There's no D.
Oh, so not a Skarsgård.
Not Skarsgård. Sarsgaard,
Oh.
who I don't believe is related to the famous
Skarsgård.
Bill Skarsgård.
Skarsgård's not related.
Sarsgaard, the guy from Skeleton Key. My light's
Can't.
fucking it up, but
Yeah, I can't. I see a head.
see if I can get it closer.
Eh,
Did
you
you
got
ever
a
see?
big old forehead.
I know him best from Skeleton Key, that movie with Kate Hudson, the voodoo movie.
Yeah, I haven't seen that. I know my mom likes it though.
Hmm.
Anyways, back to Val Kilmer.
So yeah, R.I.P. I mean, to be fair, I knew he was battling. He died of pneumonia, but I think his pneumonia,
That's just his body giving up.
yeah, because he had throat cancer for 8 years, 7 years.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure his body was pretty wrecked. He probably had a low immune system.
I mean, you could tell when he was in Top Gun Maverick, those scenes were like he said like 4 words, and you could tell it's just painful for him to get those out.
He didn't say anything.
No, he said, what is it? The Navy needs Maverick.
They need you, Maverick. The
I don't.
Navy needs
No,
you.
wasn't it like his brother or someone like that? Like it was an AI thing. Like he did not.
Oh, maybe not. I just know like
It was not his voice.
if they did a voiceover, they did a good job of making it sound painful as
I
fuck
have
to
seen
talk.
something. It was like a voiceover. But, you know, they probably made it sound raspy, but like you can look up what he actually sounded like, and if you watch the documentary, you know what he actually sounded like, and they
No?
could not use
Okay.
that in film.
Hmm.
There is no fucking way they could. Like it was too much, too much. But
So,
I've seen something that they'd use like his brother or something like that, and did like an AI for his actual voice.
oh,
And
okay.
it wasn't really him.
Fair enough. But yeah.
Because
Or,
it was rough. It was rough when I heard him in the documentary, and
yeah.
like he had to you know, you have that tracheotomy, you have to close it to be able to speak, and it was,
Did he have an actual tracheotomy?
yeah, like
Okay.
permanent.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
Like,
he had a hole in his throat that was like 2 inches by 2
woo!
inches big.
Well, it was a trach, so like he had the tube
A little
and it was
valve.
I thought
open.
it was bigger because he had some of it removed.
Maybe. I don't know.
Well, yeah, like but they're like
He
the
always
thing
wore that
in
little
there
scarf. So, I
is
don't know.
it was plugged. It was a
Yeah,
plugged
there's a
hole.
valve, right? Like, there's a
Yeah.
little valve.
Yeah.
Because you can't
Yeah,
just have an
yeah,
open
I forgot
hole
that.
into your throat because God knows what the
Yeah.
fuck you're going to get
Well,
at that
some
point.
people.
Well,
Some
back in the
people do.
day, back in the like the
Yeah.
I used to smoke.
The voice
I
thing.
used to smoke
Ned
for
That's
fucking.
a
25
smoking
years.
lady.
No, straight like well, my dad knew a guy like that, and so they'd be talking in the fucking grocery store, and I was like, oh, he's just like the guy from fucking South Park.
Yeah.
I can't tell a fucking word he's saying,
I am Bender. Please insert girder.
but he would wear a scarf
Yeah.
or like a
Oh yeah.
not a scarf, but a bandana all the time.
Yeah, something to cover it. Yeah, because it's pretty jarring to see in public. And also, like, you want that shit covered. Like,
Yeah, she could fly in there. Like
yeah,
you just don't. Well, any and if you
Fucking
cough,
little
like
bug.
fumes coming out of
yeah, like a fly.
yeah.
Next thing you know, you have a fly in your lung.
But yeah, poor Val. He sounded rough, and it was actually really funny. When we went to Austin for my birthday last year, one of the things Ross and I were talking about was the Val Kilmer documentary.
I haven't seen it. I need to watch it.
Oh, it's fucking awesome.
I didn't know it existed.
Yeah. It was really good, but that was one thing, and like Ross brought up today, where he was like, it almost, and that's what we had said privately. It was like it almost felt intrusive, like it was too much
Oh yeah.
knowing, but he filmed everything, so he was like, I almost made me feel uncomfortable, like finding all of this about him, but he filmed it and he put it out there, so, and I was like, right.
Yeah, no, like the whole dead brother thing, and like
I don't.
I'm gonna have to watch this now.
It's been a minute, so I can't quite remember that.
yeah, no, at the beginning of it, he was saying they like him and his brothers used to all make movies, and then one time they went swimming, and one of his brothers drowned, and then he was like, after that, it was just different.
Oh man,
Oh,
yeah, no,
Jesus.
I don't remember. I just remember him loving New Mexico. Like he bought a whole ranch.
Yeah, he had a
in
big ass
Mexico.
ranch in New
He
Mexico.
was gonna
I
run
saw
for
that.
governor here at one point. I remember that.
Like he went deep into it because some of the last photos you see of him, he's wearing like a big old turquoise, and it's like, yeah, man, you went full New Mexico.
Yeah, you went
He
native.
has the fucking rings, the bolo tie.
Homie
the
went-
belt buckle.
Homie went New Mexico native.
Oh yeah.
Right. Man, I should have worn my like fucking
Smoking meth through
turquoise
his
colored
trach
earrings
hole,
for
bunch of turquoise.
that.
After 60, or I mean, after a certain age, in New Mexico, you just get turquoise.
But
Just
if you can
spawns
get
on you.
it like the coral with it,
Oh.
That's where
that
it gets expensive.
that red coral. So that was my mom's shit. She has
Is
a
it like
couple of rings
desert
that are
coral or something?
turquoise and red coral.
No.
I don't know. I have no idea what it is.
Coral.
I just remember her saying it's red coral, and I was like, okay. Anyway, we're
But
at 8:14 now. We should probably
yeah.
get to the
Yep, we're gonna finish.
RIP
Yeah.
Val, but we gotta
Yep.
get to our shit, man.
Yeah, so we're gonna finish off last week. So we only got like halfway through the ones last week. So it's you're getting old when continuing in continuance. That's why this is part deux. Deux. You're getting old when you use the seat warmers in the summer because it's nice on your back. I've been there. My car's got some hot ass seat warmers, and there's days where I'm just like, oh yeah, it feels good on my back.
Ever use your seat warmers to keep food warm on the
Yes,
drive home?
I will. Like if I go get lunch at work, I'll put it on the seat in the passenger seat and turn on the seat warmer on high. I don't know if it actually does anything, but in my mind, it's working.
I blast the heater and like turn my vents off and like, yeah.
Yeah, gotta keep that.
I don't know about that.
Gotta keep that Raising Cane's hot, son. You're getting old when you begin watching Fox News on the reg. I'm not that old yet. I don't watch the fucking news. It's depressing.
My mom is that old and it's like fucking turned all the way up.
Oh, I know. I know people. I'll go into their house. Like, oh hey, what's up? Oh nothing. Like, and it's just like Fox News. I'm like, Jesus Christ, man. Like, find something else to watch.
It's like fucking Fox News or Cadence Owens at my mom's house all the time.
Next thing you know, your mom's gonna be telling you like how the Jews are ruining the world.
Too late.
Too late. She already does. They already did, and she already does. You're getting old when everything hurts. I'm not there yet. I still feel pretty good, but I definitely have some spots.
I'm already there, but I put my body through hell.
Like I know like in 10 years, like my left knee is going to be in pretty rough shape. And
Why your left knee, Bill?
my left knee, I actually have a replacement kneecap in my left knee.
Oh shit.
Yeah, like when I was how old was I? 18 or 19. I was playing paintball and like came down on my knee right on a rock, like a really sharp rock, and it literally shattered my kneecap. And they replaced it with like a Delrin one. So,
Ow.
it typically doesn't bother me too much, but there are days where like it's kind of like uncomfortable. I'm like, this thing's gonna fuck me up in 10 years. So
That's fucking rough, man.
and my right shoulder is probably because I've dislocated my right shoulder twice, and it's still like every once, like especially if I'm stiff, it clicks and kind of gets uncomfortable, gets stiff, clicks a lot. Especially since both times it was dislocated, I just had somebody reset it like right there instead of like going to a hospital and having them like X-ray it first.
Why would you need an X-ray?
Well, I don't know. I just know like both times it was this. It was
Like
this,
you're talking to fucking
Got it.
Charlie right here.
It's the same person who reset it both times because it happened like twice in about like 2 months. And it was like fucking Mel Gibson and Lethal Weapon where he just kind of like rolled it. He was like, yeah, that looks right. And just like shoulders checked me, popped it back in. Which, by the way, when it dislocates, doesn't feel great. When they pop it back in, it's just like white lights in your eyes, like, fuck.
Yeah. Just imagine dislocating your fucking hip. That's way worse.
I'm sure I've got that coming to me too. All right.
It takes a while. It takes so like the joint and or the ball and whatever it's called, like
Socket.
for your shoulder,
Yep.
it's about like this, so it can go. It's
Mm-hmm.
a bit easier, but for your hip, it's more like this.
It has to be like, right?
Mm.
So like orthopedics have literally like got on the bed and like to
Yeah,
get
driving it in.
yeah, like it's way more intense, but it takes a lot more of pressure
Yeah.
to pop the hip out
Yeah, because
than
probably
it
like
is with the
it's a
shoulder.
more, what's the word I'm looking for? Like not a deeper
Encapsulated.
socket, encapsulated. It's like the socket is tighter, right? That the ball has to go back into.
Yeah, it encapsulate the joint a lot more. So for your shoulder,
Oh.
like yeah, like just push that shit back.
Yeah, but
I
I'm
don't feel.
sure like going in and out like that, probably not the greatest thing for the joint.
I mean, as long as it's not happening on the regular, like, and it
Yeah.
hasn't
No, that
like
happened to me
it's a
since
lot
I
of
was like
force.
20.
Like people go to the fucking hospital way too much, especially the ER. Like I am so totally against going to the ER. Like unless you are literally fucking dying.
Hey, come on. Last time I went to the ER, I cut the tip of my thumb off.
Hey, I didn't know the thermometer wasn't
But it
calibrated
was
right,
also
okay?
Memorial Day. It was also it was also Memorial Day, and I didn't. There's no urgent care open, so it was. Oh yeah, Jake. Do you want to share that story, Jake?
No!
Oh, okay.
Because I feel fucking stupid.
That was not pointing at you, Jake, or you, Bill, at all. More at the people that I had to scan at the hospital that were
Oh, I'm
so
sure.
fucking stupid.
Like my tummy
Uh,
hurt. My tummy hurts. I'm coming to the
yeah, I was like,
ER.
oh, I'm sorry, you were eating pizza in the waiting room, and you're here because you're having
Oh,
abdominal pain.
oh yeah. You
So
mean
yeah,
like you ate a block of Velveeta and haven't shit in 3 days, and your stomach hurts?
seriously.
I know somebody like that. I know somebody that actually went to the ER today for that reason. So
Oh
Wait, for
god.
what?
I'll tell you off air. They just ate like shit all weekend and also didn't shit at all over the weekend and was having stomach pains. So they went to urgent care. And urgent care is like, we don't have like any kind of like ultrasound or anything for your stomach. You need to go to the ER if it hurts that bad. So they went to the ER and they're like, yeah, you're just constipated.
They don't have an X-ray machine.
I
Dude,
Because
my
who
that
dad,
would be
it
better
was
than
probably the urgent care people being like, we don't have time for your stupid
get the
bullshit. Like,
fuck
get
out.
out.
What happens?
I mean, one time my fucking dad thought he was having a heart attack and went by ambulance and it was just acid reflux.
I think that happens quite a bit.
That does happen quite a bit. Yeah. So does like gallbladder pain
Ooh,
because it
yeah.
can
Well,
ready.
gallbladder
But I
pain
think
can like
gallbladder pain, you
mask
probably need to get
as
looked at,
well,
right? Like,
heartburn or heart attacks can mask as gallbladder pain, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, vice versa. Like people think they're having a heart attack and it's just their gallbladder. So I remember one time when I was a student, one of the guys that we had because it can radiate up into like the shoulder blade. It's not like a front pain. It's more like a
Hmm.
into the back sort of pain.
But into your arm,
And
right? Which is what gives people
no, it wasn't to his arm. It's
a
just like in the back. But that there's many different indicators of
heart
uh,
attack.
heart attack. Um, so I remember one of the techs was like, "Stay in here with him just in case he actually does have a heart attack," and walked out of the room. And I was like, "The fuck did you just say to me? Like, I'm a student. Like, I'm here for ultrasound. I don't know what the fuck like a heart attack looks like. That is, I'm not a nursing student. I'm not a medical student. I am not trained in this. Like, am I trained in CPR? Yes. They don't. They only say what to do in case of a heart
Yeah.
attack, not what the fuck it
Yeah.
actually looks like.
Just jam a bunch
And
of bear down their mouth. I saw the
And even
commercial. This will
then-
Take the
help.
fucking aspirin.
Take the
I was just
aspirin.
watching him like, "Are you okay?" the whole time. He was
Elijah,
fine.
if you had a temp of 103 and brain fog, I mean, that's kind of a legitimate reason to go to the ER. Who knows? Anything over 102, you're starting to get to pretty murky waters there about what the fuck's going on with you. So, all right, next one. You know you're getting old when your knees crack when you get up. Yeah. Mine don't do it all the time.
Knuckles
Occasionally.
crack, right? It's the same
Yeah.
thing. It's just
In my neck.
But you definitely get, when you get older, other things pop that didn't pop before. You know, you're like, oh man. All right. You know you're getting old when, per my mom, when your children reach their teen years. I mean, I guess it depends on when you had your kids.
that's because
What?
the teens age you.
Oh, I
from
guarantee.
stress
Oh
they
my.
put you through.
I can already see it. My fucking 9-year-old already acts like a fucking teenager and is aging me every goddamn day.
Yeah.
Like
It's
everything is
like
like, dude,
young
can you do
dad
this?
test
Oh, dad, but. Now I've just implemented, if I tell him to do something, if the first word out of his mouth is but, you're getting yelled at, dude. I'm not doing this with you anymore. Like, sorry. Like, dude, it's time to take a shower. Oh, dad, but get in the fucking shower now. I'm done arguing about every little fucking thing. We're done. Go
Yeah.
do what you got to do.
Wash your stinky ass.
Mm-hmm.
Right the fuck
I
now.
can smell you from here. You're gross.
You're getting older. I can smell your balls.
Haven't got there yet. All right. You know you're getting old when Juan's mom starts looking too attractive. I really have to. I'm gonna have to do an interview with Juan's mom at this point. She's only like 3 hours away from me, so
I don't know if she needs to know.
I was at the store
she needs to
earlier
know.
today.
Watch her
And
be
I
like,
started
"Oh yeah, he
noticing-
tells me all about it. I am a whore."
What were you saying, Chick?
I was gonna say I was at the store earlier and I started noticing that like older women are starting to look more like how women in their 20s looked when I was a teenager.
How much older?
I'm talking like 40s.
Oh, fair, but I'm pushing 40, so like that's kind of just normal for me.
But I'm just like, oh.
It's just because you've been not paying attention that hard.
Yeah.
It was always there. You just never saw it.
You know you're getting older
I'm
when
just saying, now that I get older, I'm just like, oh.
well, you're acknowledging the attractiveness of older ladies as opposed to
Fuck up, Boom.
20-year-olds that just seem like a fucking nightmare to me. Like I see like my sister-in-law is like 10 years younger than me, and like I'll see her friends, and like some of them are pretty attractive, but at the same time in my mind I'm like, you seem like the biggest fucking headache to be with. Like, no
Oh,
thanks.
women in their 20s are the biggest fucking headaches ever.
Like, oh my god. Like, no
I mean,
thanks.
guys, fucking American Pie.
The Stifler's
touched
mom.
this back in the early 2000s. Yeah, Stifler's mom. Like, granted,
Yeah,
I think she's supposed to be like 36, but still.
He was not 36 in that movie, but
No, but I think the character
Yeah.
was supposed to be like in the late 30s or something like that. I don't know if they actually ever really said or specified, but I've seen something about that.
Reed, I do have more gray hair than you because I have hair.
I was gonna say it, but
I've been watching The Wire too much. I almost said like the one word I can't say, but
Fogey.
no.
negative.
It starts with the same letter. You know you're getting old when You realize your parents weren't crazy, mean, or unfair. They were just totally done with your shit.
Yeah, but that's the thing. They should have just said, "I'm done
I'm
with
done
your
with
shit.
your shit.
Get to your room."
Mm-hmm.
And then you would have been like, "Oh, I guess they're done with my shit."
No, because as a teenager, I'd be like, what shit? I'm not doing anything. You're the crazy one here.
It's like, I don't care what the fuck you think. Get to your room.
Because as a teenager, I was in my own head, I was probably never wrong. Reed, I am still working. You beat me to retirement. My whole goal in life was to beat Reed to retirement, and I failed. You know you're getting old when giving a fuck requires effort. Yeah.
What?
Giving
Some
a
people
Giving a
get
fuck.
there younger than not, though. So it's like, it just depends on when you reach that.
it just depends when
You
you
just need a
decide it's just not
fucking
worth the effort
breaking
anymore.
point.
Yeah.
I reached that definitely in my 20s.
Yeah,
'Cause I don't
no. I
give
think I reached
a
that like a
fuck.
few years ago.
I
Yeah.
don't give a fuck. I know we're talking about this. So, my wife, we're talking about tanning beds earlier. She went to the tanning bed yesterday, and the bed she was in had like double doors into the room, and she locked it. But the double doors, I know where she goes. It's a really weird layout how they have it, but it is like two double doors. She locked it, like, but the door didn't latch. So she got out of the tanning bed, and the doors were wide open, and she was like super embarrassed. And I was like, why? She's like, somebody could see me naked.
Shut
I was
the
like,
door real quick.
well, she
Like,
got up and like shut the door, but she's like, in a tanning bed. Like, it's not like you're in some sort of bubble. There's still like gaps in it. She's like, somebody could have seen me in there like naked. And I was like, Anne? She was like, wow, that's embarrassing. Like, why? Like, who gives a fuck? Like,
I probably would have shut the door and been like, "Oh, door."
also, I'm just
Alright.
kind of the person who's like, like if the window's open and I come out of the bathroom naked, she's like, somebody can see me. I was like, they haven't seen a dick before? Like, I don't give a shit.
So you know what's not giving a shit? Me, like a couple of weeks ago, went to a restaurant with my man and some of his friends.
And your titty
Had
popped
to
out?
no, had
Oh.
to take a piss. Went to the bathroom. Thought I locked the door. Thought I shut it decently.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. Doing my thing. Pull my pants down. I absolutely refused to touch my ass to public toilet seats.
What if they have the paper ass gaskets?
Every now and then, but usually I just hover.
Yeah.
Like if I can, like I'll hover if I'm too fucked up or like I can't pee, I'll do like
Yeah, you gotta throw the paper down.
the paper like if they have the seat cover, like I'll do that. But most of the time I just try to hover, make sure I don't, pee on the seat or anything sort of like that. Well, there was this and I mean like she was like 75 plus woman
Walked in on you.
opens the door
Oh
on me and I was
no.
like and of course like I'm just sitting there trying to do my thing and I'm like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Like I apologize." And so I was like, "No, I could have sworn I shut the door and locked it. Like I don't know what could have happened, whatever." And she was like, "Well, do you mind standing out here so that doesn't happen to me?" And I was like, "I got you, not at all." She finishes, comes out, and she was like, "Oh, there's a sign on the door that says, make sure you completely latch it, la 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 la." And I was like,
Some
I didn't fucking read the sign on the
some
door, lady. Like
some
I
old
just
some old lady literally just gave you the old lady equivalent of bitch, can't you read?
pretty much. She was like, "Oh, there's a sign on the door." Like, I'm not.
Oh, young ma'am, there's a sign on
And
the
I
door
straight up
that
was
says,
just like,
eh,
no shame. I was like, I had to go so bad I wasn't gonna even look at
I
that.
don't
Like I
give a
didn't even look
shit.
at that. At least I know now. But
If somebody walked in on me like
catch you on
taking
the flip side, lady.
if somebody walked in on me taking a piss, I'd be like, okay, like you saw my dick.
Right?
I don't give a shit. Like, you're welcome.
Like what you see?
Yeah,
You
you
like the angle of the dangle?
want some of this? I just kind of give them the yeah. You like what you
What's the
see?
first letter of your name? I'll write it.
Yeah.
So like that's the real like I done fucked up. You saw me hovering over the toilet. I still did my business and you proved me a fucking retard. Like, cool, man. You have a nice rest of your day, lady.
For
Because
sure.
I'm gonna.
All right. Let's roll through some more of these. You know you're getting old when your back seizes up from sitting up in bed. Yeah.
Wait, what was that?
You know you're getting old when your back seizes up from sitting on your bed.
Oh.
You got to stretch your hamstrings, son.
I was about to say, it sounds like a lot of these people just need to like do some
Mm.
workouts and stretches a lot more in their day to day. Like
Mm-hmm.
workout, stretch. Come on, guys. Even if you
Telling
just
you.
stretch, like you might work out during your day to day, just fucking stretch. Like that goes a long fucking way
Yeah.
with
I
your
stretch my
health and your
hamstrings all the time
muscles
because
and
typically
shit like
if I have back problems, it's not my back, it's my hamstrings from sitting at my desk all day.
that. Right? Yeah, but like legit, like really look up like good, like how to stretch your body.
Mm-hmm.
It's not stuff you just learned in like high school or elementary
I've
school.
thought about doing like a yoga class every once in a while just to get shit stretched out.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea, but it really goes along. Like
Mm-hmm.
stretching goes so fucking
No,
far.
I don't think I'll ever go like Joe Rogan, where it's like I'll stretch for like 2 hours before I work out. I was like, well, you have the time to do that.
No, you don't know anything more than 30 minutes, but like a
Must
30
say.
minute stretch, like, but
Mm-hmm.
that's your entire body, like
Oh yeah.
head to toe.
Oh yeah. All right.
I mean, you can even get a good
A
stretch in
fucking
like 10
workout.
minutes.
You know you're
Do
getting.
what?
You can even get a good stretch in like 10 minutes.
Oh yeah.
Yes, yes.
10 minutes is a pretty decent. If you're doing it right, you can stretch out most things in 10 minutes.
Actually, I'm not like I know there's a Pill and Teller bullshit that they were. I think they went over like yoga. I think it was anything over 30 seconds, like a stretch for over 30 seconds didn't do anything. So like 30 seconds, stretchy,
Right.
stretchy, like yeah, it doesn't take
I
that
can see
long.
that. You
So,
know you're getting old when you'd rather watch old TV shows instead of new ones.
I mean, older stuff is always better. Like I've been watching King of the Hill. That shit's fucking
Yeah.
hilarious. And funnily enough, a lot of the stuff that happened or they made fun of back then really resonates
Oh yeah.
now.
Well, for us, like a
Like
lot,
they're
like we'll go back and rewatch things mainly because like we're just not in the mindset to pay attention to something new. So you can have something on you enjoy, but you're not worried about missing anything. You know?
well, like, and then things that you watched as a kid, like it's gonna resonate differently when you're older. So like yeah, I grew up watching King of the Hill, but like there was one episode Luann she moves out, gets roommates, and the roommates just call her a Nazi. They start calling everyone a Nazi. And
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
like, holy fucking
yeah. Yep.
shit. Like,
Yeah, because she asked him to, like wash the dishes. They're like, get off my back,
yes.
Nazi.
And it's just I was like, how the fuck, like it's just sad that that still works for today,
Oh yeah.
but it's fucking hilarious. But there's a lot of different shit that I was like, man, I didn't pick up on this when I was a kid, or this, that, and the other. And like, yeah, like the Golden
Yeah, King
Girls.
of the Hill is actually very fucking. Or King of the Hill is very political if you watch it. Like,
Yes,
Oh
watch
yeah.
it.
yes, like they hit
Oh
on a lot
yeah.
of
It's
stuff.
definitely
It's like
King of the Hill
this
is
is
definitely a like a satire on like middle America and like middle class middle American people,
they they
right? Like
they did a fucking great
it's one of the
job.
greatest shows ever made, by the way. Like the commentary they make in it, like I know it's all set in humor, but it's like, oh yeah, like this is funny because it's so true. Like the things they're making
Yes,
fun of are so true. Like they obviously like
yes,
exaggerate it in the vein of comedy, you know, but like it's all based kind of like Simpsons did the same thing, South Park, Family, well, not so much Family Guy just
So, like
makes
South Park just goes way too hard on it.
I mean,
yeah.
Mike Judge was already on that with like uh Beavis and Butthead,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
making fun of stuff.
Like
But it,
they're exaggerations of like real things, right? In the name of comedy,
but
it's funny.
I like even Boomhauer was created from someone who called in complaining about Beavis and
Beavis and
Butthead
Butthead, yeah.
and had that accent. So it's like they really did take. I'm sure they took things that
Oh
they
yeah.
had heard about or things that happened to
I'm
them.
guessing Mike
Really
Judge has to be
implement.
from like Middle Texas somewhere.
No, he's from Albuquerque.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Oh, there you
Close enough.
go. Close enough. All right.
But it
No,
works.
but like
I
even
know
then, my
that-
stepdad's convinced he worked with the guy that Butthead was based off of. And the dude even went to Highland with Mike
Yeah,
Judge.
see, the reason I know he's not from Texas is because they make it to where like they can go to Dallas, Austin, like all these
Yeah.
places that take hours,
Yeah.
It's
just
like
like
a
that.
5-minute drive.
Yeah.
Yes, and I'm like,
I'm
no.
gonna take the boy to Dallas for the weekend. We're gonna go see Bush.
But it's even with that, it's like,
Oh.
well, okay, well, they can only do so much, but they hit on a lot of shit, and I'm like,
Huh.
damn. And so like even my mom was giving me shit about it this last weekend, like, oh, you're watching King of the Hill again? I'm like, yes, I am. Like it's fun to watch. It's a good thing to put on, even if it's just white noise.
Oh, but
It's
yeah, it's
funny.
so funny.
It's an easy watch. Like the older stuff is wonderful. Like in new things.
Well, it's also back when you can get away with like having that kind of comedy, right? Like it's not like racist or
It's not
anything,
even
but
edgy. It's just
it's
well, like yeah, no, like you can
but
put it
now like
on
if
for
you tried to make a
almost
comedy where you're holding a mirror to like the ridiculousness of society, like people like burn the building down. Right?
I
Like,
mean,
oh,
now you have to do it as South Park and be just so over the top, it's
right.
ridiculous, or people will go
yeah.
after you.
Yeah.
Well, it's very like well, not I wouldn't say PC, but it's an easy watch. Like the language isn't bad.
Oh
It
yeah.
doesn't have any, the profanity. It doesn't have anything dirty. Like it's a very easy, clean
Hmm.
type of watch, and it's just it's fun. It's
Oh, it's
funny. It's
one of the best
hilarious.
shows ever made.
It really is.
Hmm. All right, we're gonna burn through the rest of these. You know you're getting old when you're from the 1900s.
Go fuck yourself. I still get carded, so go fuck yourself.
You know you're getting old when your eyebrows can scrub the floor. Well, like Eugene Levy, like what are we? Is that what you're talking about?
Look, I've always had comb over eyebrows. I've just accepted it.
Oh, I get the. I have to like
It's like you
maintain.
can trim them. You do know that, right? You
I
can
have to.
get
I have
little
to maintain this, or
scissors.
else it would be.
I
You
mean,
need.
that's one thing, but like right here, they're real long and then they just stop. So like they just get long, and then like I would just comb them over before like eyebrow pencils,
Mm,
before I knew eyebrow pencils were a thing. And then you gigantic fly.
yeah, I
But
saw that.
then like I
Release
literally
the Freddy.
and yeah, he's right here. He doesn't give a shit.
He's like, I'm not
But then
catching
like
that
I
one fly.
literally like brush them up and I have to trim them with little scissors.
Ooh.
Like they get long. Like it just happens. It's genetic. I got my grandfather's eyebrows. I have proof from a photo. And I was like, those are my fucking stupid ass eyebrows. You motherfucker.
I mean, my dad has fucking caterpillars, so like,
Yeah, like Eugene Levy, right?
Like, you
oh
can
yeah,
trim that. Like you can trim them, but guys don't give a shit about that kind of stuff like women do. So they just
It also
let
look really.
things
It
yeah,
go.
look.
mine are pretty long.
It would also look odd if, like, if Eugene Levy was to like trim his eyebrows, people would be like, "What the fuck?" Like if a
You
guy.
definitely trim them. It's not cutting them off completely, but it's
That's
just
like
they're
his signature, though.
not like a fucking
Right.
inch long sort of
Yeah.
thing.
Right. Yeah. All right. You know you're getting old when the peach fuzz on your ear becomes a whisker.
Oh gosh. Hard,
I noticed that on my dad's.
hard
That's
ear
kinda weird.
hairs.
Oof. I don't have ear hair yet. I do have to, like I said in the last episode, I do have to, like, probably about every 6 months, run the nose hair trimmer in my nose. Just did it recently. Drive me nuts. This one. This is where fashion is secular. Secular. You know you're getting old when your niece wants Jinko jeans for her birthday.
Oh, those have come full fucking circle.
Which is insane.
I know,
Those
of
were
all
atrocious.
things, of all things to come back, we're gonna bring fucking Jinkos back.
It's fucking vintage is in right now.
Jinkos weren't even cool when Jinkos were
The
cool.
fact that they're called vintage, but yeah, like Jinkos were always like for like the loser boys. It's just like
Yeah, they're for like the before emo kids. Like pre-emo kid was the Jinko
Yeah, they're like the
kids.
new metal pants, right?
Yeah.
Like those and trip pants.
yeah, yeah. I mean, like people would be like, it's for skaters. Like, who the fuck skated in jeans like
Jinkos.
that? Like
I wore
Nobody.
skinny jeans.
Well, but you
But
were
like you
also
could,
like
could you
Jinko
fit?
probably wasn't a company by the time you were born, Jake. Jinkos
No,
were Jinkos were like big when I was like in
It was
third
like
grade.
'96, so it
Yeah.
was like during their heyday. But
Yeah.
now, like, no one that wore those, and it might not have been like the Jico's brand, but like those big ass fucking jeans.
Yeah.
Like, no one I knew who wore those skated. It was just a statement piece, and
Yeah.
they were just atrocious. I'm sure they were comfortable as fuck, because, like, it's like wearing oversized fucking pajama pants that are denim.
Right. Yeah, it's always like
But
they always had the Jinko jeans, black t-shirt, and then like the ball
Mhm.
bearing choker.
These ones didn't have the choker.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the ones that I remember didn't wear anything like that. They were a little bit more like less. I don't know. They want to go for like a not grungy look, but like
Yeah.
meaner look. So it was like they didn't do anything.
Whoever
too
sent this, don't buy your niece Jinko jeans. Do her a favor.
Dude, they're like $250.
Oh, fuck that noise.
Because my niece wanted some. She showed me a pair, and they were like, yeah, literally $200, and I was like, what the fuck, dude?
You know, when I was in school, all the
Nice
kids,
try,
all the kids
Jinko,
in my
but not
class were wearing
today.
them. And it was like, how much are you guys paying for those? And they're like, about $250 a pair. And I was like, what the fuck?
You're paying all that money to look like shit.
Insane.
I was like,
Insane.
those were like thrift shop pants when I was a
Yeah.
kid.
Yes, that's what I thought too, and I was like, "There's no fucking way they were that much."
Yeah,
But like
there's
I
no
said,
way.
like
They
the
sold
stuff I
Jink. They
saw-
sold when I remember growing up. They sold Jinko like exclusively at like J.C. Penney.
I mean, they could have had like even like a like knockoff brands of it too.
Oh yeah, I'm sure
that
there
they
were plenty
did.
of knockoffs, right? There always is, but
So the ones that I saw might not have been actual Jinkos, but they were like Jinko esque. But either way, like any for
Jinko.
any
So in my
kind
day,
of
like
denim
Jinko
like,
jeans,
maybe not.
like the Jinko jeans were for like kids that thought they were into Insane Clown Posse.
Juggalos. But seriously though, like jeans were first made like back in the 40s and the 50s. Jeans were for poor people, and now they're like
Well, they were for gold
$200.
miners. Yeah.
Like, bitch, these were always made for people who didn't have money. Now you're trying to sell them for this much. You can go fuck yourself.
Fuck
Jeans are
you,
not
Jinko.
supposed to do that.
Even then, if you go on Levi's,
Denim was
you
not
can
supposed to do that.
sell them.
Levi's
Like
go
your
for a
old
lot of
jeans.
money.
Yeah, no, like Levi's has a program where you could sell your old jeans to them, and they'll like finish them up, and
Yeah.
then resell them for like double the fucking price.
Oh yeah. Anyways,
It's fucking retarded.
I might have to
That's
rename this episode "Fuck You, Jinko."
Fuck
All right.
denim.
All right, let's burn through the rest of these. You know you're getting old when she gets a leg cramp before your back goes out, like during sex. You ever got
Say
a
when your back hurts
you ever
after
got
fucking-
have you ever got like a leg or foot cramp during sex? It's the worst thing ever.
Oh yeah, there's that like foot cramp where you have to like stand up to get it to
You
go
get
away.
the Charlie horse. You're like fuck, 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 fuck. She's like, yeah, you're feeling it. It's like, no, Charlie horse, Charlie horse, Charlie horse. Get me a warm Gatorade.
I need a banana.
I need potassium and a warm red Gatorade, please.
We just
I didn't drink enough water today. Cramping up. When you ask someone young where they were on 9/11 and they look at you like you're crazy.
Oh yeah, I had that conversation. They were like, I was like a toddler.
Oh, my kids are like, do you remember 9/11? I was like, very, very well. It's burned into my brain. They're like, that's crazy. Like, you lived through history. I was like, yeah, I guess so.
I mean, to be fair, I remember being in the second grade and my librarian talking about being young and remembering Kennedy being shot, and
Yeah.
I felt the same way. So
Like,
it's
huh?
like,
Like, well, okay, old bitch. That's weird.
okay. But I mean, she did say she was like on her tricycle and her mom was very distraught. So she was like remembering her mom
Right.
reacting to
I
it.
mean, that's how I remember 9/11. It was like my mom's reaction.
I was in 8th grade. So how old are you in 8th grade? Like 12?
12,
Around that.
13.
So I was in 8th grade when it happened. They
I was a
wheeled
baby.
they wheeled the I remember it vividly. I was in social studies class and somebody came in. It's like a plane just hit like the Twin Towers. So they wheeled in. Charlie probably remembers this.
Oh, I
The
remember
big
those.
ass
The fucking big box
TV,
TVs.
on the cart. It's like ratchet strapped down.
Mhm.
I
Yes.
The
mean,
VHS player,
like
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 bolted to the bottom.
Yep.
almost to the second. The second she got the channel on to like CNN or whatever the news station was, second plane, boom. And she turned it off. She's like, I don't know what's happening right now.
This is bad.
It's bad.
I know they took us to the auditorium where that TV setup was already there, but we didn't know what was going on. So it was just like, gross, the news. We're not watching this. So I just remember like sitting there talking to my friends. I didn't see shit. I wasn't watching shit. No idea.
Yeah.
I
No
remember
idea.
they took us to Starbucks because all the teachers were watching it at the school and they just wanted to get out of there.
So that you went on
There
a
was only
field
like
trip to Starbucks?
yeah, because there was only like 3 of us that went to school that day, and
Oh.
like they took us to Starbucks and they got us hot chocolate and they tried to like I don't know make us forget what was going
No,
on.
well, so for us, so that happened, and everybody's like, what the fuck is going on? And this was at a time, at least like in my school, where like writing bomb threats on walls was like the hot thing to do. So somebody like a teacher found like somebody like wrote like I'm gonna blow up the school on like a
We had a
desk.
few of those, and they like
So then they had to evacuate
kids go
like
away.
because of just
Yeah.
security, they had to evacuate the school. So there's like people like, oh my god, is a plane gonna fly into the school? And I was like, I don't think whoever's doing this gives a fuck about Flat Rock Middle School in Hendersonville, North Carolina right now. It's just somebody blew up the goddamn, or somebody just wrote something stupid on their desk while they're bored. But anyways, you're getting old when I was a kid, I didn't recognize a lot of old people at family gatherings. Now the young ones don't remember me when they see me.
Yep.
Dude, that's fucking like jarring
Mm-hmm.
when that shit happens. Granted, I don't talk to any of my family, so that's fine.
Yeah, that's Aunt Charlie. She's weird.
No, I mean, I talk to my fucking nieces and nephews, dick, but like cousins and shit like that.
She's unmarried and doesn't have kids. Lesbian.
No, they know I like wiener.
Look at that eyeliner. Devil worshiper.
I don't look like this around them. Actually, my oldest niece was like, "You're like a tomboy. Like you don't like do cutesy," and I was like,
What are you trying to say? What are you trying to say right now?
"Like I don't look cute around my fucking family and my brother-in-law." This little shit. It's like, granted, I can't quite hate on her for that because like that's all she's known of me. But it's just like, no, I don't. It kind of hurt my feelings. So she was, well, what was she saying? I was talking to her about, so both my sisters got married at 22 to men that are fantastic, great guys. And then
Jake's having a stroke on camera
I
here.
was talking to her about that. She was like, "Well, they're like all cutesy, and you're a little bit more tomboy." And I was like, "What the fuck?" Granted, like we were literally working on relining our pool, so I'm wearing like a big O t-shirt, like workout shorts.
Mhm.
You're just a little. Listen here, you little shit.
Yeah, listen here, motherfucker. All right, last one. You're old when you see the equipment that you used and the things you did in the military in a museum.
Oh,
That's probably the best one. that that's the number one for me.
Yeah, can
That's
you
fucking
imagine
funny.
being like, man, I used to drive an A1's Abram, and the next thing you know, you're like at the Smithsonian, and they have the whole thing about the A1. You're like, what the fuck?
That's
Desert
great.
Storm wasn't that long ago.
It wasn't that long ago. You shit. You see the stuff you use in a museum. That's a fucking good one.
So that was good. Well, fun show tonight. Again, R.I.P. Val. We love you, buddy. You'll live on. Might get a Val Kilmer tattoo somewhere this weekend, you know.
I'm gonna watch one of
I've
his
been
Watch
honestly
Heat,
thinking about that.
Charlie. Watch Heat. Get your man over. Watch Heat. It is one of the best movies ever made.
I was thinking of getting the Wyatt Earp silhouette somewhere.
I've got a right next to Val. Let's see if I can move my camera to where you can see it.
Oh shit.
Got the Kurt
I
Russell
didn't
Wyatt
realize
Earp.
that's what that was.
It's there's a drinking bro. I can't remember his name, but like he draws this from hand, like with Bic pens and shit. He's got a whole bunch of like Heat ones and all sorts of Tombstone ones, and he'll do like Russell Crowe's Wyatt Earp, but like with a Glock, you know?
Russell Crowe's
Or not
Wyatt
Russell
Earp.
Crowe, Kurt Russell, sorry. But yeah. So go watch Heat. Or
Honestly,
I might watch Island of
this
Dr.
Wyatt
Moreau.
Earp, like that fucking mustache and the fact that Kurt Russell used his own fucking cash to keep production going because he felt so strongly about the movie and like wanted it to work so badly. It was like he put his own fucking
Yeah.
money into that production.
Tombstone might be my number one movie.
Dude, I remember my parents watching it as like I was a young kid. The Morgan scene where they have him on the pool table and he's
Oh, yeah.
dying.
Oh yeah.
That shit fucking traumatized me.
And Sam Elliott, I still got one good arm to hold you with.
Well, not even no. It was literally Morgan dying. And
Yeah,
like, her, Wyatt
Which,
Earp being
by
like,
the way,
Morgan!
R.I.P.
Like, him
B-Pax,
screaming,
another one.
Morgan! And I was like, I remember, and I was probably fucking 3 or 4 years old.
Yeah.
Watching that, and like that moment
Isn't he like, I could see lights
in my mind, like just like that trauma of losing someone you love so much, like brothers.
Yeah.
And even to this day, that scene always gets me of like just how visceral it is.
Oh, yeah. Wild
Man,
West
I went
days.
hard on that special effect.
Yeah, and oh yeah, fun fact: Powers Booth is from my hometown.
Really?
Yep.
Nice. Of course, his greatest movie was Face Off with Jean-Claude Van Damme.
I was thinking the Nick Cage Travolta movie when you said Face Offs. Not gonna lie.
What's it called? No, it's called Sudden Death. Sorry, you're right. It's called
Okay,
Sudden
I was
Death.
gonna say Face Off.
I was like, Face Off is
Where
Nick
he plays,
Cage.
it's almost like a ripoff of Die Hard, except it's like these guys trying to rob an NHL game. It's the Pittsburgh Penguins, and like Powers Booth is like the Alan Rickman like mastermind, and Jean-Claude Van Damme is just like the guy taking his kids to the Penguins game that has to save the day. And if he doesn't get his money by the end of the game, then he's gonna blow up the whole stadium. But then the game like goes to overtime, and then like a shootout, you know, buying more time.
I will say another connection to my hometown is Barry Tubb was also from my hometown.
Don't know who that is.
He was in Top Gun.
Who's Barry Tubb? Is he one of the black guys?
No,
Oh.
he was a white dude.
Oh.
He was one of the pilots in Top Gun.
Oh, okay. My
So like 2 people from my hometown work with Val Kilmer.
The movie
I'm like
Heavyweights.
18 points away from Val Kilmer. Super cool.
The movie Heavyweights was shot in my hometown.
I watched that the other day. That
So you
fucking
know at the beginning
documentary.
scene when school lets out and they're all like dumping their books in the trash and stuff,
Wait,
like
what?
Heavyweights, the Fat Camp movie with Ben
The end
Stiller.
scene?
At the very beginning, they're all getting out of
Oh,
school and everybody's like throwing their books in the trash cans and stuff and hanging off the awnings. That was my high school.
Oh shit.
wow.
Yeah.
Lemonade Mouth was
Nice
filmed
at
at
the
my
end
high school.
scene.
And when like when they're driving in the Fat Camp bus down the road and there's all those fast food places they want to stop at, like that's like
Uh-huh.
that was like the main road, and like in high school like we'd cruise that street. It was Spartanburg Highway. We'd cruise
I love
Spartanburg Highway. And the camp they went to was actually Camp Tonawanda, and like we used to go there all the time to do stuff. The Blob, they actually had the Blob there.
Oh my gosh, that's so
Oh yeah,
cool.
yeah.
That
I
shit
knew
looks
a lot
so
of
fun.
people, like not so much my age because I was pretty young when that came out, but like they're like people I knew, like their older siblings were like extras in the movie.
Hmm.
Like at the
Their bigger
dance,
siblings.
like the when they have the dance with the girls camp, like the hot blonde chick that the one guy like nervously goes up to like talk to and ask out. That was like a girl I went to school with, and like I'm not gonna say dated because we're like in the ninth grade, but that was her older sister.
Oh shit,
Yeah,
dude.
and the guy, I was a chipmunk last year, and pulls out all the hidden like the hiding spots for the candy. Like
Uh-huh.
my wife's friend, that was her older brother.
Aw.
Yeah,
That's so cool.
pretty dope. I don't
I'm
know.
not related to
I don't
Kilmer,
know.
but that's
I don't
cool.
know if it's great that like my hometown is associated with a movie about like people going to fat camp, but you know,
It's a hilarious movie
it
with
is
fucking
Ben
Ben
Stiller. Ben
Stiller.
Stiller all crazy,
It's
walking on the broken glass.
it's a fucking funny movie.
So I'm trying to think. I don't think there's anybody famous from my hometown. There's famous people that live there now. Andy McDowell lives there.
Really?
Yeah, and she's a cunt.
Oh shit.
I've actually like
That's
met her once, just trying to like. I worked at a Lowe's there, and like she came in for stuff, and she was a bitch. But
that's unfortunate.
yeah, it is what it is. Or maybe she was just having a bad day. I don't know. But I haven't heard
Yeah.
great things about Andy McDowell.
Fuck you, kid.
Yeah,
Personally.
fuck you.
Fuck you.
Just put the goddamn bag in my car. Anyways, we'll hop off of here. It's getting late. But you already know. Like, subscribe on YouTube, rate and review on iTunes. Go to Spotify, leave a 5-star. Share with your friends. For Jake, for Charlie, I'm Bill. This has been the